even if you're a person who eats meat and dairy and all those sorts of things, you're probably also deficient in B12. And here's why. So right out the gate, I think most people probably take a multivitamin just as sort of a, dot your I's, cross your T's type of thing. I took prenatals like while I was pregnant, but I was never super worried about taking anything really on top of that. And then I found a plant-based physician where I used to live. And I was like, great, sign me up. I'm going to get a physical and everything. And she ran blood work, lab work, all sorts of things, and tested for stuff that had never been tested for before. She actually checked my B12 level, checked my iodine level, all these different, and it was fascinating. It was super interesting. Anyway, and she recommended a multivitamin, which I take, which includes all those kind of random obscure things, B12, iodine, stuff like that. A good amount of iron, things like that. Other than that multivitamin, I don't take anything else. All of my levels are in check. I didn't really have any issues there. My kids take a regular kids multivitamin. So same sort of thing. We're not deficient in anything. We're just meeting all of our markers. I want to touch on B12 quickly, sort of similar to the protein question for anybody that's sort of in the know on nutrition and vegans. B12 often gets brought up. And similar to protein, it's my favorite, least favorite question when someone asks about B12, because even if you're a person who eats meat and dairy and all those sorts of things, you're probably also deficient in B12. And here's why. Unfortunately, we have pretty much depleted the world of natural B12 sources. So it's something that's found in the dirt. If you can imagine an animal grazing, goes to the bathroom, they eat what grows out of that dirt, therefore they're getting their B12. That's sort of the long and short of the cycle of B12 and how animals ingest it. Since we've pretty heavily farmed our soil, we have really depleted our B12 sources. So animals are actually injected with B12, which is not the optimal way to absorb B12. So even if you eat meat and dairy and things like that, you should still have your B12 checked because you're probably deficient in it as well. So it's not a bad thing to just have on your radar to potentially take as a supplement. But oftentimes you will hear people say, you can't be vegan because you need B12. That is absolutely correct. You do need your B12. However, you can still get it.
Excellent point of clarification, because I do take a B12 maybe a couple times a week. I don't worry about it too much. I have a checkup coming up soon, but actually what I focus on more, because I don't take any other supplements, is my water. I feel like that gets overlooked. And just like we were saying, protein versus fiber in our protein question video, I think sometimes our focus is on the wrong place. And just good old plain water that hasn't been bought in a bottle and stripped of all the good stuff.
I am convinced that hydration cures so much stuff. My husband will be like, I don't feel good. I was like, well, did you drink water today?